magician word. Today is about huge bubbles. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everybody. I should start this video with a little backstory. I am super passionate about bubbles. I mean, I find them irresistible. As an entertainer, the saddest part of the 2020 and COVID-19 precautions is that I'm not able to connect with an audience. For 7 years prior to 2020, along with performing magic shows, I performed every summer with bubbles. They transcend gender, language, and most importantly, age. From 3 to 93, including the never satisfied 15-year-old girl demographic. They are magical. I purchased a bubble act for $500 about 8 years ago from a variety entertainer who was headed to Vegas and had no room for the large moat-like apparatus with which you can capture a person in a bubble. Along with the moat, there were a few small wands, 2 large wands, and most important, the book. A spiral notebook with at least 10 recipes for bubbles. Bubbles from your hands, bubbles from wands, huge bubbles, notes in the margin. But the secret was a secret ingredient which was revealed. And with a bit of guilt, I will reveal this trade secret today. Okay, friends, let's get right into it. Starting with secret number 1, my top secret professional bubble fluid. I considered very hard not sharing the secret ingredient in this, or maybe making you subscribe to get it. But I've decided it's given me such joy, I'm going to go ahead and reveal it for the first time ever right here today. The first ingredient you need, 1 cup of pure H2O. Now, the bubble aficionados will tell you that should be distilled water. I've never used distilled water. It may be better. The next thing you need is 1 cup of Dawn. Now, originally I was told not to use the Dawn Ultra. The truth is I can't find regular Dawn anymore. So Dawn Ultra works fine. So you're going to pull the Dawn, 1 cup of Dawn, 1 cup of water. That's the first 2 secret ingredients. Number 3 of 4 total ingredients, pure baking soda. Not to be confused. Oh, baking powder. Do not use baking soda. This is baking powder, and you're only going to use a little bit. So we're going to put in about 1, maybe leveled off tablespoon there, regular spoon. And now the actual ingredient that you won't find. It is what I paid the big money for. And it is something you'll probably have to order from a veterinary supply. And it's called J LUBE veterinary lubricant. And this is for big animals. It's a lubricant. So you're just going to use a little bit of it. And so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put just about a level tablespoon. And this is, it clots up a little if it's been exposed to moisture, which when making bubbles it sometimes is. And I'll put this in, and then I'm just going to take these ingredients, but I do want to break up all the powder into it like this. Now in the notebooks that I purchased that told me the recipes, they suggested that right now you would take this little 16 ounces and put it into a bottle like this and store it together overnight. Now I do that. I've got several bottles ready to go, but it's not necessary. If you want to make the bubbles that day, you're going to be able to do that. So this little 16 ounces that you have right here in this bucket will mix with 1 gallon of water. And again, the purists will tell you to use distilled water. This is regular tap water. And I'm just gonna pour this full gallon in. So it's real easy to remember if you keep it like you got a big gig. You just take several little bottles like that, and then you can mix with a gallon of water whenever you need it, as needed, which is a beautiful thing. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just mix this up slightly. Okay friends, this is that fluid we just made. I've got a few bubbles on top. Try to get those out, but here it is. Debut bubble, just like this. And there you go. Some of the best homemade bubble fluid you will ever need. That's fine for the kids, but let's talk big bubbles. I'm always in search of the perfect bubble. This is my favorite pick so far. This amazing bubble over 20 feet tall. And this is that monster bubble wand I used to get that bubble. Well, I hope now you can see why this hobby is so much fun. It's fascinating no matter how old you are. This is my 7-foot bamboo poles that I just made those bubbles with. All I've done is take a couple of loops of rope and attached them with tape, and then attached small key ring, and then this is the big loop. Now the only advantage to having sticks this long is to get the bubble as high off the ground to start with as possible. So I'm going to show you how to make one of these using 2 Dollar Tree broom handles. These are like little mop handles. You see the screw at the end, that's where the mop head came off. I just attached a little carabiner to the end of the handle, and you could use a key ring if you want. And then I make a giant loop of rope. Now this is the same kind of clothesline that I used earlier, and just like earlier I took and pulled all that core out because you just want the cotton. Other than that, these are super simple to make. It's a simple process of just putting them together, bringing them out together, open and close, just like that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. This is what we're talking about.